Hi, I'm Courtney McQuade with Markets Group here at our Alt Chicago event. With me is Liz Tulach, Vice President and Chief Investment Officer at the Boeing Company Pension. Liz, it's great to see you.
Great to be here with you. Thank you for the invitation to join you.
Absolutely. So earlier today you were on a panel and you were just chatting with me about the hot topics. Can you share what you were hearing on the panel and what the general consensus was?
Sure. I was on a top panel today that talked about private markets and the evolution of private markets since its early days. So I would say the key takeaways are that allocations have grown. People are interested in a broad offering across alternatives, and there's certainly inefficiencies to be gained to be, taken advantage of as you invest in private markets.
And what do you think is the impetus for the growth of interest in investing in private markets?
Well, I think everybody's looking for enhanced returns, and I think the place to find them, if you're not going to invest in public markets, is to look across the alternatives for those enhanced returns to further the goals of the organization you represent.
Fantastic. And now I know also that you just had a fireside chat. You had two spots on the agenda, and you had a fireside chat with Marc Lasry. Tell me a little bit about that.
So it was great. Marc has 40 years of investment history, so just an amazing experience that he's had. I find him to be pretty inspiring given his career, but we talked a lot about investing, about the current investment environment, and then Marc talked to us about making investments in sports franchises, having had a successful investment in the Milwaukee Bucks. So it was very engaging. He was charming as always and sold that sports fund.
And I heard somebody was trying to get him to invest in the White Sox.
I am a lifelong White Sox fan, so we are in desperate need of some help. So I made a passionate plea to Marc that he help us out on the south side of Chicago.
I love it. Well, I hope that he considers that.
I'm hoping so too. He said he was having a meeting this afternoon, so I said you can be sure to tell him I'm staging a protest.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, toes, everything's crossed.
So also women are vastly underrepresented in the financial industry. Can you tell me, Liz, a little bit about how you got started in financial services?
Sure. If you were here at this conference, you would see that women are underrepresented in this industry, and it's a great thing to look out now and see a lot of young faces in the crowd. It wasn't like that when I started in this field. I started in 1995. It was a fluke, really. I went to school out in DeKalb, Illinois, and came back, started an accounting job, and met someone who left to work at the University of Chicago and invited me to apply for a position there. And so at that time, I really didn't know a lot about investments. I thought I was going to be an accountant the rest of my life, but I was brought in to replace someone on the team, and I just fell in love with investing, and especially private markets. And I think at that time it was a very small cottage industry. There were no women in the room, so it just felt like a great challenge that I was willing to continue to pursue, and it's turned into this amazing career.
I love to hear that. So it sounds like mentoring is a big key.
Mm-hmm. It is huge in this business, and I am really fortunate that I had such a great mentor early on who really pushed me. It wasn't easy. He would yell at me sometimes and say, you need to get your credentials, you need to go get your CFA charter, you need to be the best in the business if you want to survive. And I, thinking back to that, I'm so grateful to him for pushing me to get my charter because it made all the difference in the world, and it gave me the toolkit that I really needed to then grow and develop my career.
I love that. And if there are any other young women out there watching this that are interested in making a career in financial services, what advice would you give them?
Don't be shy to do it and to be brave. That's the first thing. I think really focus on what you want to do and go after it. Make sure you have your credentials. Make sure you get your CFA charter. Make sure you're studying the right things. I think even getting your MBA makes a huge difference. And above all else, have confidence in yourself, because I think so many women today lack that confidence to do it. And, you know, a friend of mine once said to me, it's got to be somebody, so why shouldn't it be you? And it was such great advice, and it really gave me that empowerment to then pursue and reach my goals.
That is great advice. Thank you so much, Liz, for taking the time.
Nice to see you. Thank you again.
See you too. And we're live at our Alt Chicago event.